Okay. Welcome back to the Slightlee Daily Podcast. Another episode. It's been a few weeks, but we're back. One thing, man, this thing's never going to die. Just like Parker, your stream, no matter, you took, I don't know, a year or so off whenever you were moving around and stuff, but you always come back to it,
Yep. Facts.
Will's
Just
back
having
again.
fun.
This is Will's third time, yeah.
Third edition.
Third edition. Last time you were here, we did the NFL trivia stuff, which was fun.
It was fun. I'm
But
not
we
very
also
good at it, but it was fun.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
My questions are a little too hard.
We kind of looked like dumbasses, but like I looked like I never watched football a day in my life.
You don't remember Brad Shuffleberger's 37 pass deflections in 1977? You fucking
Dude,
idiot.
that shows how much I think y'all know. Because I was like, dude, these guys are geniuses. I gotta give them hard questions.
The one that killed me was not even the punting one. Like that one was like, okay, whatever. But it was like the kick return yards or something.
Yeah.
Hey.
Like, you know, like
Demir Bird, I think.
the kick returner is like the 52nd man on a 53-man roster.
I thought they just
bring a
took
guy
like
in
the
to
wide
get-
receiver.
No.
Depend. I mean, and unless you're like, there's like 3 guys in the league that are actually like do other positions. Usually it's just a guy who's fast and is good at that. And they're like, hey, we'll give you $300,000 a year to get CTE and not fumble the football.
You're kind of
their
kind of
goal.
a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah,
because
and
you're
rotate
cutting
it
it.
like
know that.
once every 3 years. They bring in a new guy, and he's like, run a hole, take a knee.
That's how Tyreek Hill got his name,
Yeah,
was
that's true.
returning punts. He was an all-pro as a rookie or whatever as a kick returner.
I mean, that's like,
Oh.
but I mean,
But now he doesn't do that now.
It's like Antonio Brown.
He did too.
Who's the guy for the Chiefs now?
I mean, is it not
It's the guy that just got. Damn it! He just came from
Nico
the Giants.
Hardman? Was he
No,
not?
the guy that just came
Presley's
from the Giants.
jersey.
Pacheco.
No, the guy who came
Pacheco,
from
I think he might be returning kickoffs though.
It's the receiver from the freaking the
Juju?
Giants, the guy that was hurt.
Oh,
for
Tony.
Kadarius
Toney.
Kadarius Toney. He's nasty.
Yeah.
And then I mean like
Pacheco was returning kicks though, like kickoffs.
Yeah, I mean he's good, but I mean like, and then you have Cordero Patterson, who some reason it took football 20 years to figure out he was a running back.
yeah,
They
I
kept
know.
making him play receiver.
Yeah.
And they put him at running back. He was like, oh shit, he's got 1,500 yards
Yeah.
this year. Like what?
I had him on my fantasy team this past
Fucking
season.
idiot.
He has running back and wide receiver eligibility.
Yeah, and please tell me why Tennessee and everybody had him running like
I-
curls, whatever. It's
I
like, hey,
know.
hand him the ball, let him go 8 yards, dude.
I remember it because I actually saw him play at UT a couple games.
Yeah, we had that big turd hanging out before
Yeah,
Derrick Henry, dude. He
did.
was nasty. 'Cause
Huh. Well, all right. So my first we're kind of in postseason, NBA postseason right now. So what's been like racing through my mind recently is, I mean, NBA postseason obviously, but like, why is it that, or look, I guess let me ask you guys this:
Yeah.
which postseason, whether it be March Madness, October baseball, etc., which postseason do you feel like is the most like captivating to you? Because like NBA has its moments. Like that Game 6, Parker, was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The freaking buzzer beater, like that's unmatched.
Mhm.
Or like NFL playoffs when Stephon Diggs is catching that Hail Mary and ripping it away. And like which postseason would you say is the most like entertaining in sports in general?
I feel like it's got to. I don't know. I feel like it's got to be football.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Like
also,
college football or just NFL or football, just postseason football because it's one and done.
I kind of think both, honestly, just because like the I don't know, the game of football, it's just, I don't know, it just means so much more. I kind of feel like these guys have baseball, they play 162 games that last 8 months, but football, like they're literally beating the shit out of each other
Right.
for months and playing and like I don't know, just coming down to it, especially like with Mahomes telling Kelsey like get open Kels right on that drive, like
against the Bills.
It's just like I don't know, football it's just different. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably say college basketball or college
March
football.
Madness, like
Yeah, but for the same reason though, because the games mean so much.
Yeah.
There's so much on the line.
And I mean, like, who was it? Was it FAU that went to the Final Four this year?
I mean, even like, dude, that whole Final Four was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Diego State, that came out of nowhere.
That's true.
Miami,
Yeah.
was I think they won the ACC tournament, or no, Duke did, but like they lost the ACC tournament,
Yeah.
and then just stormed back.
That's college basketball.
I mean-
and especially now, which it's such a weird mix because you got COVID, So you got 24-year-old, 25-year-old
25,
playing.
26.
You got NIL, like where there's like a random donor who's paying $500,000 for a kid to go to like Southeast Missouri State. Not actually, but like there's gonna be dudes that are top 10 picks. It's just like the Shadur went with, or not Shadur, whoever the guy who went with Deion Sanders.
That's his son.
I know,
Oh, Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it's just gonna continue more and more. There's gonna be like dogs at absolute random schools.
I mean, dude, speaking of the NIL stuff, like, I mean, it's about damn time. I mean, it's always been happening. Like, people have always been getting paid in college. But, like,
100%.
dude, come on. If you really, like, think about a school, like, think about Alabama, how much revenue.
I think it's like $88 million a year.
I mean, yeah.
In profit. That's
In
not just what
profit.
they bring in. That's what they make on top after they spend everything.
And they weren't allowed to make a dime
give
off
the
of their
players
off of their
How were they doing it before when it was illegal?
You just have donors give you. I mean, so
it's all like under the table.
The whole
shit.
thing with like Tennessee's thing, everybody's like, oh, it was cash in a McDonald's bag, which like.
Yeah, that was like 5 years ago.
But that was from what I've heard from people I've talked to that were at Tennessee at the time, Venmo exists. I don't know why they were like, yeah, we had cash. Like, you like,
Right.
say a coach
Yeah.
has a friend. Hey, I wire you some money. You wire some money, or you Venmo some money to this guy. Bada bing. It's
he
on a
helped me
Venmo
wash my
card.
car.
Like, you can literally get a credit card or a debit card through Venmo that you just put your money on there.
Exactly.
And then you got Dan Patrick like, no, I know it was $25,000 cash in a McDonald's bag. Like, dude, it's in the 70s.
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, dude, well, you got to think about. All right,
That's how they caught him because
you got to think, but you got to think about paper trail. For
Wait,
sure.
is it like were they specifically saying they were doing something like washing my car or did someone get caught doing something like
I
that?
can assume because
There's so many
the
like,
most
cases,
infamous one
really.
it was Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
All right, if you never watched a Reggie Bush freaking college or high school highlight,
so
he was
good.
like the most insane football player
So
ever.
good.
Everyone wanted him. He pretty much won 2 Heismans at USC. Freaking all these championships, right?
Didn't they win a natty
They did.
with Lindell?
They won
and-
2.
Did they?
They went to 3 and won 2. So
Because Vince Young
Vince Young beat him.
Yeah.
But him and Matt Leinart, they had crazy.
and Lindell.
But what was happening with him was one of like the booster club members bought his mom a house.
Oh yeah,
And they didn't find out about it until he was in the NFL, and then they stripped everything away.
yeah.
They took her house away?
No, I mean you can't.
I mean,
well,
I don't know about that.
They can't go
but
take
they,
that.
They,
That
they
man
took
already
away,
made $100 million.
They took away his Heisman. They took away like
Oh,
technically,
yeah.
technically
Yeah, I
in
knew that.
I'm pretty sure.
2007.
Did they
There's
vacate wins.
I don't know. I mean, but like, come on,
Damn.
they won that. And
I mean,
Reggie
yeah,
Bush
what-
is a Heisman winner,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah, what's
they
that gonna do?
They somehow, I mean, think about 5-6 years ago before NIL, bro. Why does the star linebacker for freaking Kentucky? Why is he pulling up to his 8 a.m. in a freaking new Escalade?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
like it's like,
Yeah.
I know you're barely that FAFSA money really ain't that
Yeah.
much.
And why was Pac-Man Jones at West Virginia?
yeah,
One of the most dynamic
That is true.
athletes, kick returner, playing offense and defense, and then he's at West Virginia. You don't think there was some?
That's a good point.
There's some coal miner family up there
Yeah.
that really wanted him playing football at West Virginia.
a big
Like,
Mountaineer fan.
I think he's from Atlanta. So like
Yeah.
Georgia Tech,
Tech,
Florida,
any
Florida
ACC
State, all those
school.
guys were after him because he ran like a 4.2. I mean, Pac-Man was insane, and then he just goes to Morgantown, West Virginia. I don't know, but I mean, it should. I don't know.
I think it should have always been a thing. I mean, maybe not getting freaking, what do we say? Duncan Robinson's getting $85 million. Maybe not.
In
I don't
5
think.
years.
I personally maybe don't think anyone should be able to have
Yeah.
that much money.
Yeah.
But definitely not that much. But at least to make a living.
I would also like. I think it'd be a better idea if they almost did like a fund. Like you get it put in a frozen account. It's almost like where you
Trust
get
fund,
inheritance. So like instead of giving a kid like they get Nico or whoever the guy coming to Tennessee,
yeah,
supposed to
quarterback.
get like $7 million.
Yeah.
So he's 17 years old, signed up with $7 million in his bank account. He's gonna burn Knoxville down.
Yeah.
Like, but wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like,
I would
they-
too.
they
I'd
should
buy myself a car.
Dude, I would
get
be
my
living on the
homie a
river
car.
with a mansion.
Yeah.
I would have a Lambo, like all kinds of shit. And it's just like, why not put it in a fund and make them go to financial classes?
Yeah.
Like multiple hours, have them like
Give them
a chance to invest. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Kobe Bryant's fortune. His family is eating off of body armor money.
forever.
It ain't off his NBA
Yeah,
contract.
true.
It made like $1 billion off
That's
body
true.
armor.
LeBron's a billionaire because of Nike.
Yeah,
his Nike deal. Like
he made a lot of money.
Yeah, he's made a shit ton of money in the NBA,
but it's all about investment.
He was 18 or 17 or whatever and signed a lifetime deal with Nike.
Yeah.
They literally just gave him a blank check and said, fill it out.
That's insane.
Like a lifetime deal is insane.
I want to know, like, that's such a rant, but I want to know, like, the incentives in his contract for his shoe sales and certain things. Like, I wonder, like, his, like, escalators for, like, I wonder if you sell 400,000 of these LeBrons in 3 months, here's $20 million. Like, imagine
probably.
that.
I
and
mean,
you wake up one day, you're like, oh shit.
Oh, that's cool.
400,000.
So
I'll be done. No, 20 million right there.
Parker, let me ask you this, because we always have this freaking esports conversation. I really feel like we're ahead of the curve. Like to the common folk.
Yeah,
we're ahead of the curve.
A lot of people still don't like understand.
Exactly. Like
yeah.
there's a whole world going on out there that the common folk doesn't see. Like how we see CDL and shit.
Yeah.
But Parker, do you think there will ever be a freaking Call of Duty player, let's just say Call of Duty player who makes like Duncan Robinson money?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or like how long do you think that'll be?
There's probably already people in some Asian countries
Scump's
doing
rich
it.
as hell.
I would like to look up what Asian like esports players are making.
It's got to be like a Japanese Overwatch player making like $30 million a year.
Because over there it's like
30,
it's like here, like how we watch sports, like that's how it is over in China and Japan.
And I mean, what's like so Scump streams right now on the mains or on the majors?
Is
it like when he's doing the majors? That's what the terms are. So he has like what 65,000 concurrent.
Yeah,
and then like the mainstream have like 15.
Yeah,
so. Like the Call of Duty channel won't have a quarter of that.
Exactly, which is like, I mean, let's say a CBS football game on Saturday, like the college football at 2:30. That probably has what 4 million.
Maybe, yeah.
So I mean, there's just no way it doesn't grow, especially with the generation. I mean, dude, my 3-year-old nephew knows how to play Fortnite. Yeah. You don't think he's going to be 9, or he might already be watching CDL. So, I mean, like, the more, it's just going to keep growing.
Yeah, they're growing. Kids are growing up with it now, and the graphics and shit are just going to get better and better.
Exactly. And especially, I mean, you look at the NBA or the NFL, they have, like, SpongeBob watch-alongs.
The Nickelodeon.
Imagine what they're going to do with, like, Call of Duty. They're going to have, like, SpongeBob out there, like, when somebody dies, instead of it actually showing a body dying, it's like SpongeBob explode.
Slime.
Yeah, they're getting slimed and stuff with
like
grenades.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and I mean, they all work in like graphic design and video game stuff. I mean, they have the most ability to do the most, especially with the way the future's coming.
Dude.
And it's technology.
You know what's going to be really weird is when more people are watching people play 2K than they are the NBA.
Yes. Dude,
imagine if it gets to that point in like 100 years from now.
It's literally gonna be idiocracy.
Like, is that freaking Is that Joe Schmo? Oh, God.
KD.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's Daquan the God. Dude, he's got a 99 overall my player. Holy shit. Can you sign my game? Will you sign my case?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. They're not going to have cases. What am I fucking saying?
No, they're going to go
in
VR and have you sign their
arms in VR and just Will you sign my hologram?
It's just, I mean, well, because,
Abby?
all right, going kind of relating back to, because even in like, there's like, I don't know what game specifically, but there's college athletes in esports now.
Yeah.
In like Overwatch, or like League of Legends or Overwatch or something. But like,
a lot of colleges
dude, imagine if Alabama like kicks in, like the SEC really like figures out, hey, there's money, because you know that at the end of the day, it's all about money. Like the NCAA is all about money. But what if one day they figure it out and they're like, we could sell out the freaking Chick-fil-A Bowl arena and have the freaking the SEC
majors.
Like exactly, or like have the equivalent of the college football playoff for CDL, and then instead of kids going to play for Optic and stuff, they're like, I'm about to go play at UT.
I'm gonna play at Clemson.
I'm gonna go play at Clemson.
Well, there's already that. I mean, colleges are giving scholarships now for Call of Duty and Fortnite.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that. I knew it was like.
I wouldn't say every college, but most colleges now have like a Call of Duty team.
Like imagine they choose to go to college instead of go play for Vegas Legion.
Yeah. It'd be the same thing. Well, it's gonna be like the baseball players are like, oh, dude, he's going to play in Japan for 5 years before he's a free agent and can come back.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's so crazy to think that. I mean, first of all, it's competition at the end of the day, but there's money. in competition, period.
For sure.
Yeah.
As an athlete, and then in the organization, there's managers, there's freaking people who sell peanuts at the freaking.
Yeah.
It's a huge economic booster.
Yeah, I mean,
in competition,
it makes so much sense though. I mean, it's the same reason like I don't even watch TV shows that much anymore because sports is the greatest TV show ever. There's no writers, you don't know how it's gonna end, and it's the best people in the world saying, "Here's my best, give me your best.
Yeah.
Let's go at it for 60
love
minutes."
that.
That's what my favorite
Yeah.
part about
That's
sport.
awesome.
I've
I love
always
that.
loved it.
Yeah.
Like no matter
I
how,
agree.
and like growing up, dude, like no matter how poor you were, what color you were, what cleats you were wearing, what does your fastball say?
Yeah.
Can you hit it?
Can you hit it?
And here's my 3-pointer. Can
Yeah.
you block it? Like, that's
Yeah.
the beauty of sports.
And the
That's
hitters up
true.
there
it's
is like
just mano a mano.
exactly,
Yeah.
and the hitters up there like what do you got? I'm about to fucking hit this bitch over the fence.
Yeah, I think
Like-
I think that's why sports itself are so important for kids. Like,
I
Yeah,
think okay,
definitely.
even scale it back like farther, 1,000 feet view. I think sports is good for just society.
yeah,
Because in what world? All right, think about the Olympics. In what world can you have Iran, the United States of America, Canada, and Nicaragua
Yeah.
participating in one thing
That's true.
together?
and also
It's
like,
kind of wild.
my favorite thing about one of my favorite things about sports too is like you learn at a very young age, just because you try your hardest, you work as hard as you can, you give it your all. Sometimes you're gonna lose, and that's life.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
like
life.
that's a lot of
Yeah.
times in sports, and you need
Yeah.
that lesson. Like you need to learn that sometimes, hey, my best just ain't good enough that
Nope.
day. But guess what? I'm gonna come back tomorrow and give you my best again. I might get you. Like,
Yeah.
and
Failure.
It just seems like a lot of people aren't. I don't know. It just like a lot of people are almost scared of failure because I don't know.
Failure's a great teacher.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. For
Like,
sure.
and I mean, that's such a cliche thing, but it really is because it's so hard. I mean, I'm still learning how to like deal with that and stuff, like deal with failure. But like when you fail, it's a really good thing to fail sometimes because you realize what not to do, and then you realize
Oh yeah.
if you just freaking put your head down, like you're in a freaking match in Call of Duty, you just absolutely choked a freaking search
Yeah.
round, and it's all right. It's the last round. I could keep sulking about it,
Yeah.
or fucking make up for it
Yeah.
tenfold.
Yeah, you
like,
I'm back on Call of Duty. You need to keep putting out your TikTok clips, dude.
Yeah.
Your shit is nasty.
Well, thanks, man.
Bro, you're
Thank you.
like you're fucking you're like it's fun to play Call of Duty with you because it really like you carry us one.
Yeah.
And I can just do my little part. But I mean it's fun. I don't know. It's hype. And the other day you're like I'm so good. Like you're like
dude.
yeah I was running out of bullets so I shot one guy then grabbed his
And-
gun out of the air
yeah.
and killed the other guy. What the fuck? My game would just delete if I did that. They're like this motherfucker cheating. Hey, there ain't no way he did that shit, dude. And you're just
Yeah.
like it was light work. Like it was
Josh said you might be autistic, and that's like your one thing. Like you're nasty at is just
Call of Duty.
Just
Just
like a dumbass at everything else, but Call of Duty.
I have a certain set of skills.
yeah.
I can
got
dominate
it.
these fucking noobs.
yeah.
all right,
But shit. Well, sorry, but you never know. You might be the future soldier. I mean, we got kids on joysticks flying all our drones, blowing up weddings in Iran. So hell, it might
Shit.
be you with one of those Boston Dynamics robots. Parker's just like, all right, let me pop an ad, or I'll put an 8-hour shift in.
Yeah.
Drop in with a robot and fucking
Slide
Fallujah
canceling.
just shooting people.
dude, no, that's actually
Hey.
crazy because I'm like visualizing a freaking
It's
robot
coming.
with
It's
an
coming.
with a freaking TAC 56.
Yeah.
A robot freaking slide canceling, going in a
coming.
building, going in a freaking compound.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Dude,
dude,
That's
yeah,
actually
that's definitely coming.
And as soon
I
as
can
that
see
comes,
that.
dude, I don't know where you get cyanide pills, but I'm fine. Because like, what am I gonna do? Fight the robots?
Yeah,
They'll be like, yeah, they're taking our AR-15s. How are we gonna fight back? Like, guess what, motherfucker? This ain't Terminator.
so let me ask you guys this then. Okay, so
Uh.
all right, with AI coming up and people are like, "Oh my god, like the robots are going to take over," but it's like I'm not fully convinced. Maybe in our lifetime, I don't think it's going to happen in our lifetime to where technology is going to take over the human race. You know what I'm saying? Like how?
I just
How
think
could that
that it's
happen?
gonna make so many people obsolete that we're gonna have a very bad situation on our hands. We're not gonna have anybody working, and people like 200 years ago, not even 200 years ago, 100 years ago, we had to work in the field, we had to hunt, we had to like fight away like bears and shit. Like, I mean, you're built to work every day.
Yeah.
So if you have people sitting on their ass all day, every day, like they can play video games so much. Shit, when I had COVID, 2K was fun for 2 days.
Exactly.
And after that, I was like, get me out of this fucking house. I want to go back to
I
work,
agree.
dude. Like, there's something to be said about like actually going and having a job to go get done.
Oh yeah.
And like, no matter what people want to say, McDonald's ain't a great job.
Hey.
But shit, they pay me like $15 an hour is not bad.
It's legal money.
But, I mean, they're gonna have so many people just without work in factories, and it's gonna keep getting worse. We're gonna have millions and millions of people without anything to do.
But do you think that like iRobot's gonna happen? Like, because that's what like the doomsday people would say. Oh my God, like AI is becoming too intelligent. Like you know, you guys have seen iRobot, right? Like well, there, you know, the premise of it is there's one robot who was like sentient, but like.
I think people are gonna fuck it up and destroy the world before that happens.
Yeah, I think nuclear fallout. I think that's way more likely, or like a disease. Or something.
That's why the dude from Google left, because he said that one robot was becoming sentient, and he was like, "Nah, fuck this, I'm out."
I didn't know
Sweet
about
Blake. That's what they call him. That one dude that was communicating with it.
Was that who it was?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people have theories about Sweet Blake getting a little horny for the AI. Right? He got scared. He busted one too many times. And he was like, "Oh shit, I'm in love with this bitch."
Tell me what I want to hear.
She broke up with him. It's like, I'm trying to dominate the world. It's like, fuck, I'm gonna kill myself over a robot.
Okay, or different angle here. Could like AI/robot technology only get to that point to where it tries to take over the world? Whenever somebody programs it that way.
Yeah.
Like a human I feel like a human has to have ill intentions with it for it to like do that. I don't think it's just going to do it on its own naturally.
Yeah, and I mean the Holocaust was 80 years ago.
Not a long time.
I have no trust in people.
Yeah,
that is true.
That's a good point.
You look at China right now, they have a bunch of Chinese like trapped in a re-education camps because they believe in a different God that the government says is not allowed.
I mean, dude,
I don't trust people.
I mean, bro, we had a freaking civil war 150 years ago. 3 miles down the road, we can go to a freaking battlefield in our hometown. So I mean, and that was bad, dude.
It's crazy. It was that like short of a time ago,
dude,
too.
It trips me out, like,
because forget, dude.
It trips me out when I would drive past the battlefield because I'm like, dude.
My sister lives on the battlefield, like basically on the her backyard's like the battlefield. Dude, you hear some creepy shit. You're up at 3 a.m. like smoking a little weed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did I just get shot at? A goddamn musket ball hit my back porch.
A ghost round.
Here's the freaking the drum going. Hear a French horn.
Man, yeah, it's so crazy too, and like, I don't like, it's so crazy right now where we have RFK, a guy about to run for president, who's on a podcast like. If I started talking about all the evidence we have that the CIA killed my uncle, we would have a 10-hour podcast on our hands. It's like,
whoa,
and everybody's just like, yeah, big deal, fucker. Nobody cares. It's like,
what about it?
Yeah, we know. It's like, what do you mean? A sitting president was assassinated by the government 60 years ago
in front of everyone on camera.
On camera.
It wasn't like it was like Abraham Lincoln's was bad. Don't get me wrong, but it was semi-private.
Yeah.
Yeah,
JFK's was in front of God and everyone.
Yeah,
my parents are older, so they remember seeing that shit.
It's crazy how like they've desensitized us to all that shit. Like they slowly made it to where people will say something like that, and it's just like,
I swear Elon Musk works for the CIA, bro. Ever since he bought Twitter, all it is just like, yeah, here's a minority attacking white people, and then it's just like, here's white people attacking a minority. And it's just like back and forth. It's like, don't you see how bad the world is? It's like, dude, I'm trying to see some titties and some sports.
I don't know if that's Elon or if that's fucking.
It's not actually. I don't know.
That's what I was going to ask.
I think Elon's a robot.
That's what I was going to ask is how much all right, so obviously Twitter's changed since Elon bought it.
Twitter sucks.
A year ago. I think it's gotten
gotten different. I kind of like it, but it kind of stinks.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you guys is I know, Parker, you're not on it as much now, but like Twitter since like pretty much the 2016 election has just been a shit show. It's been terrible. It's been like just like I get why Gen Z thinks we're cringe.
Yeah,
that's why that makes sense.
I got so Republican online just because I got annoyed with all the liberal fucking annoying dude. Like,
and that's where it started. I feel like is on Twitter.
If you actually talk to me about what I believe, I'm actually pretty liberal. But on Twitter, you think I'm the most right wing motherfucker because there's about 5 people that follow me that are annoying as shit and just post the most liberal shit about stupid stuff. And still, they're like, COVID's not over, right? It's like, bitch, it was fucking over 3 years ago.
And they actually 3 months they were like, okay, fine, it's over.
Yeah. And no,
hey guys,
half of them still aren't, dude. I'll see people out with masks in their car by themselves still.
I know. And look, I'll even just try and be neutral here and say, okay, when 2020, when it was fresh out the pack, I can get why people were scared.
For sure.
I can get that.
I also had a really fat friend beat it in like 2 days, and I was like, what the fuck am I wearing now?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. It's
yeah.
I mean, it is what it fucking
no,
is.
I know.
I don't know. It's just crazy too that like it's coming out. Well, one of the craziest things that saw me notice how stupid people were was whenever Trump was in office. Everyone's like, I can't wait to get my Trump vaccine. And then all the liberals like, I'm not taking a Trump vaccine. That's fucking poison.
Yeah.
As soon as the ballots turned over, everyone's like, oh, Biden's vaccine, that's fucking poison. And then all the liberals like, I cannot wait to get my 17th booster shot because Joe Biden is the best ever. Dude, it's like, you're all fucked. I don't know. Everybody's idiots.
I hear you, bro. You're right.
Yes.
You also got like, so an average on a test with the ACT. Average is like
20.
Well, yeah, we'll say that. Yeah. So 50% of the people are below a 20. So that means like there's people that were getting like 3s to bring that average down to
to 20.
Those people get to vote and have more kids than anybody.
And they do.
Yeah, and they do.
And they do have more kids than anybody.
Exactly, bro. Like our world is just full of idiots. Like, we're all stupid. I'm an idiot. Let's be honest, dude.
Dude, Parker.
Technically, I'm book smart, but I'm pretty stupid.
You brought up a good point though, Parker. We're really desensitized to violence and shit because, dude, the first thing we remember was freaking 9/11. 2 freaking planes on.
That was a psyop.
We're just, but I mean,
why did every teacher bring in a TV? Why did they bring in TVs to show me in like, kindergarten?
True, but we didn't know what was going on then until I don't know 5. Like we were 10. We were like, wait. What the hell?
Whenever they had the Boston bombing, they didn't wheel in TVs and show all the kindergartners.
That is true.
Like what the? Who decided that?
I don't know. But I specifically remember like seeing freaking thousands of people. Freaking 5,000 people died, and we're just and then you know like shooting after shooting happens. So yeah, of course, whenever we hear, our John F. Kennedy's nephew is saying that all the rumor.
The CIA admitted it.
Yeah.
Like the CIA admitted it whenever they had to like release. So whatever the date is, they have to release the file. They admitted they killed JFK. Everybody's just like, yep, fuck it, pussy deserved it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But like, I don't know, dude. What was I going with 9/11? I swear, it's just the whole thing's weird. But like, so you remember your parents' reaction to 9/11? My mom was crying.
Yeah.
Do you remember anybody's reaction to?
My mom was working at the school I was at.
Oh, there you was say at Twin Towers. Like, damn, that bitch running fast.
No, my mom worked. Yeah, my mom was there and my grandma, but my mom left school to go pick up my brother and sister from daycare. Like they were gonna come to Murfreesboro, and I don't know, but like I mean, it was terrifying.
But remember, like how everybody was shook. When the Boston bombing, Mandalay shooting. Nobody cared. Everybody was just like CIA, psyop. Like half the people were psyop.
Dude,
half the
even
were, like, saying pray for him.
Even fucking like the shooter in Nashville, bro, that went into the fucking school. It's like people care about it for a day or two, maybe a week, and then they're like, all right, well.
That's the only reason I support the Bud Light boycott and shit is because 2 days after that shooting, they came out with like their transgender can. It's like, man, I'm cool with all that. Whatever, do whatever you want. But 2 days after, you have a transgender person going to a Christian school and murder people with an AR-15.
Poor timing.
And then the White House comes out 2 days later and is like, the transgender community is under attack.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we just had a mass shooting at a school 30 minutes from my house by a transgender person.
Little kids that know nothing about the world, just innocently murdered. But people don't give a fuck, bro. Same with Uvalde. Like, honestly, Uvalde was the one thing that did it for me. After that, when I saw no one gave a fuck.
Because the police took forever?
Yeah. That and like the fact that no one cared like a week later.
Shout out to the Nashville PD for not pulling a Uvalde.
He went in there and he
went in there and handled business.
What the fuck you supposed to do?
But dude, people care about that type of shit for literally 3 days.
They care about it for clicks.
And then then it's over with.
They don't actually care.
The freaking
black. And it happens all the time, man.
Yeah.
Then you had a shooting after that in like West Virginia. College, I think it got talked about for like a day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
there was one in Texas like 2 weeks ago. It was at a mall.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that?
I think there was one like 2 days ago.
Probably. It's fucked up.
Who knows at this point?
We're so
gone, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
You know how many like
world's scary.
It is, man. Well. So let me dial it back here. Has the world always been scary? Hold on, let me get on here real quick.
With my buddy.
Has the world always been scary, but now we just see videos of it?
And we know what more people are going through.
All right,
maybe.
Imagine if there was Twitter during the Holocaust.
Or I mean, think about like in Cambodia when Pol Pot killed like 2 million people from starving them. What Stalin was doing, he killed 50 million.
I'm not saying that the world hasn't improved since then, but like I feel like the world's always gonna be scary in a way.
Yeah, this shit's always been going on.
It's improved though, I would say. But like imagine if like for real there was Snapchat stories during the 40s and those German soldiers had an iPhone.
Yeah.
You know, like we would have saw some gas chambers and some nasty stuff.
Yeah. We are just, I mean, even going back to Call of Duty, like we can literally key up with a dude in South Korea right now and play a full match. Like we're not supposed to know what people in the next town are thinking. I think social media's kind of fucked everything up. Where everybody's got an opinion.
That's true.
And I can literally know what a guy in South Africa thinks about my presidential politics.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're supposed to go over there and fuck off. All right, I'm not supposed to know what any of y'all think. I'm supposed to know what my homies think and my parents and my sister.
Really?
That's about it.
Yeah, because think about even in the 40s. You knew. Today I actually just watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Tarantino movie about the 60s, the Mansons and stuff. But like, what I'm saying is the movie is based in like 68 or 69 or whatever. What they did for fun back then was watch TV and like just drink and eat.
Yeah.
And like you were like, oh, my friend's gonna like. There wasn't no hey.
Yeah. What they even talk about?
That's what I was observing it, and I was like, I don't hear the phone ringing. Like they're not just constantly on the phone. You know, they're just driving to work, coming home, and just kicking it with like their wife or whatever.
Well, dude, also imagine like say you like this is fucked up, but say you got like a girl pregnant or something. And you'd be like, I ain't trying to deal with this. I'm going to drive 15 minutes down the road and just kick it. Yeah. Like now, like you would have to like get a new social security number so your wages don't get garnished and shit. Like you ain't getting away from nobody.
No,
like,
dude.
You could shoot somebody and just be like, all right, well, I murdered everybody in this town. I'm going to drive 30 minutes away. And they'd be like, yeah, well.
That's why I took.
We lost him.
He's a dentist, he says. He yanked out all my teeth. I don't know.
He said he had brown hair.
All right. Well.
All right. I mean, dude, I think that's why Ted Bundy thrived. Because
we'll be on the lookout.
Well, because all right, be on the lookout for a suspicious guy with short brown hair.
And back then,
as if hair doesn't grow.
Yeah. And none of the police departments communicated to each other.
Yeah.
So he would literally just like murder, like do a bunch of fucked up shit, and then just fuck off 20 minutes down the road, do something else, and be like, well,
even worse for him is he would go from like Washington State to like Denver to like Florida, and then just like how
Man, like
they didn't have DNA technology and stuff back then to where it's like, no, this is like his blood or his hair follicles, like.
And also
you're just like,
back in the day there'd be like 3 cops for a whole like
like
town,
Nashville,
like a whole county, and they would rotate on 8-hour shifts. There'd be one cop to patrol like 200 miles and shit.
Yeah.
I mean that's how it was in college, dude. And when I was in Roane County, there was 3 cops on duty in Roane County at once.
My family lives there.
You would hear you would literally hear sirens this way. You'd be like, well, we can go do whatever the fuck we want on this side of the town for about 3 hours, dude. I don't know, but yeah, I definitely think social media has it's made us numb, but it's also made us very fearful. Like there's a lot of people who don't leave their apartment and stuff because they're scared to get shot, and it's not the likelihood of you actually getting shot very slim to none.
But on the flip side, though, there are a lot of great things that have came with the internet and stuff too. I mean, you know, freaking GPS is awesome. You know, you can connect with that distant cousin that lives in Texas.
There's a lot
and see. Like I have a cousin who had a child. I don't really know her that well, but I'm like, oh, I follow her on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, that's my 3rd cousin or whatever. Like, oh, he's getting big.
Yeah.
But like, there's also like, do the pros ever outweigh the cons?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it now, obviously. You can't just freaking...
You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Well, but, like, okay, exactly. Montana trying to ban TikTok.
They did.
They did, but, like, dude, That's not.
They're gonna find a way to get it.
It's not gonna last.
No.
I don't know. All like colleges ban like you can't
I've seen
open
that.
TikTok
On their Wi-Fi.
campus. Yeah, true.
On their Wi-Fi.
Is it only on their Wi-Fi?
I mean, how could they triangulate? Like if you're on your LTE, how would they know? You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I don't know. You never know.
Well, okay. Do you guys think that that's an effective thing to try and ban TikTok? Like, at the end of the day, I feel like all social media has been proven that's tracking our sensitive data. What makes TikTok?
The problem with TikTok is because it's owned by a Chinese parent company.
Right.
And China is the one harvesting our data, and not the U.S. government. That's why the U.S. government has a problem with it.
Right.
The government wants to know what we're doing, who we're fucking, where we're sending our money.
Right.
They don't want the Chinese to know what our allergies are.
Exactly.
Like that,
but at the same time, I'm like, dude, look at my shit. I ain't got shit to hide, bro.
That's also the funniest thing about the spy balloon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're like, dude, there's a million satellites going over right now. They could take a picture of my tiny little penis.
Go on Google Maps.
But they need to blow up a fucking $45 balloon and float it over Alaska.
Yeah.
And then Joe Biden was like, look at that thing up there. Like, we need to shoot it down, sir. Let me get this. South Carolina and see if the ocean water melts it.
Yeah, once you get to South Carolina.
Pooped a little. Wait, what?
Bro, yeah.
I think that brings us to a good point.
Dude,
though.
the whole world is fucking stupid. I literally,
so dumb.
I swear somebody at the CIA was like, let's see if we can make these stupid fucks look up in the sky for 3 days. And then you got Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, if it flies over my state, I'll shoot it with my own fucking rifle.
Right.
Yeah. Think I won't, pussy?
Yeah.
Shout out to
you will.
And North Korea, bitch. I'll shoot you. She's like, who are you talking to? I don't know. I'm drunk. Man, you're in Congress right now.
She kills me, bro. Like, she's one of those ones that, like, she's too far.
Dude.
She's way too far right.
What y'all think about DeSantis?
I don't know. Marjorie Taylor Greene only exists because of AOC.
She's like the opposite.
They brought in a hot Latina from New Jersey, and they were like, all right, we got to get a crazy white bitch that a lot of drunk white rednecks would fuck to get out there and holler about shit. She doesn't make any sense.
No,
dude.
she doesn't.
She's just like, they're trying to make your babies gay and tuck their penises in swimsuits.
All right.
And I'm... fuck. I'm getting a divorce. It's like, fuck.
I don't care.
Dude, she's insane.
They were saying on Flagrant how DeSantis, all his like ideas are good, but the way he talks is so fucking nerdy.
He has no charisma.
No charisma.
That's him and RFK. Listen to RFK is like listening to like Stephen Hawking type through a weird computer thing. Like it sounds like his voice box is fucked
RFK
up.
has had like I'm probably fucking it up.
Ate too much pussy.
Cerebral palsy. Yeah, he ate too much snatch.
That's how I got cancer.
But he literally has like a speech. Have you ever heard him talk?
Who was RFK?
John F. Kennedy's nephew is running for president, and he literally
he's really smart.
He literally talks like this.
But
he's not gonna win. Then put him up against Trump. He's getting bodied.
He's gonna run as
That's
a
how
Democrat.
stupid we are.
I know.
We're like, he doesn't talk good.
That's a good point.
Right. That is a good point.
That is a really fucking good point.
Hey, I have all the answers. Like,
at the
shut
same
up,
time,
idiot. You sound like fucking stupid.
At the same time, though, you need charisma because, like, if you're gonna go talk to world leaders and shit, like, you need to be well spoken.
Idiots, dude. Somebody's gotta speak up.
Well, that brings us.
But also,
to this point.
hold on,
you're good. So I'm gonna pop this up.
I was thinking about this today. How funny it is. There's got to be some old dude at the CIA watching RFK talking a podcast like, how many times do I have to tell you, old man? We killed your whole fucking family.
Oh, no, actually, you know how he got that was, if I'm not mistaken, from a vaccine.
Damn.
He did.
No,
he
seriously,
actually is. He is a biologist, and he wrote like a bunch of books on it.
No, it actually happened because I know there was a lot of shit.
That throat thing, his voice.
Literally,
it was like the measles vaccine or something back then.
I thought it was from the COVID vaccine.
But
no.
One of his like most one of the most highest selling books of all time is his book about Fauci and the AIDS pandemic.
Here, I'll pull up a short little clip just so you. This has nothing to do with anything we're talking about, but listen to him talk real quick.
Just Big J. Okerson pops up.
Biden has a bust of your father in the Oval Office.
What the fuck?
What do you think? I'm honored by it. And,
Oh, that's his dad?
I thought it was his nephew.
Me too.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
Given to our country. I've known him. He's been my friend, my close family friend for 40 years.
Damn. He can't be our president.
But he's smart.
Is that
he's
shallow?
Sharp.
Is that shallow of me to say because he talks like that?
I know what you're saying.
It comes off as weak.
Well, it goes exactly with it. it goes hand in hand with what you're saying about how DeSantis is not very charismatic. He's a
nerd.
He is that kid who
actually,
he wore a
Riley
tux to
Walters.
picture day. He literally wore a tux to picture day,
Like,
K
he's
through
that
12.
kid. Yeah. But
He was in the Marines.
Well, what do y'all think? I mean, do you think we need to have a well-spoken leader with some charisma, or do you think we don't need that as long as they're smart?
As history has shown us, I mean, Germany's old leader,
Kennedy was a great president. Very
exactly.
charismatic.
Well spoken.
I think speech is what moves people.
Yeah.
So I mean, it matters, but will his message be able to
land?
To land over that? Maybe not. That's a good point. Because I honestly didn't think about.
I've never thought about this till this moment.
I did
but
not think anything
I don't think
of it.
so.
I also wonder too. So you remember who was the president that had polio and he was in a wheelchair? And
FDR.
They would so like they would like hide it and stuff. Like the news would hide it to like make the country feel good. Like back in the day with his voice, they would have found a way to like do like a changer over the TV and make him sound all prolific.
Or just freaking send out a letter and said he said this.
Back then,
that's what Biden does on Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
But now, dude, with all the technology we have, fucking CGI and shit, bro, change his voice.
Give him auto tune like T-Pain.
Give him auto tune.
What we're gonna do is bomb the Russians so fucking bad.
I'm not gonna stand for the Ukraine.
Those fucking pussies gonna die.
We got fucking deep fakes and shit.
Just
Throw a
have
deep fake
him
on
talking through a guitar like Peter Frampton.
All right, okay, so
fuck.
this goes hands in hand, but I literally just saw this an hour before you guys got here. The 1998 NL Alt. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice. Hell of a lineup.
Just watch this. Have you seen this yet?
No. Oh, God.
Dude. They got to pick him up.
This is us right now.
It's our
No,
country,
man.
bro. This is elder abuse.
Look at the Secret Service guy. His face.
He's like,
Fuck. That's literally what happens like when your dog has a bad leg.
look, he's still got that same expression.
Dude, that's literally when you know you got to put
Dude,
it.
he's hurting right now. He's bruised. He's like, ah, fuck.
He probably pooped his pants.
His hat's all crooked.
Can we watch, dude?
Bro, look how crooked his hat is on the last scene.
What did he fall over the ground?
He just fell.
Oh yeah, he fell because he's 82 or something. It has a debilitating brain disease.
It's like the fifth time he's fallen over during his presidency.
That might kill him, dude. People forget that a fall is a death sentence to old people.
Yeah.
Like you take one wobble, bro.
Again?
Oh,
Yeah, the top comment is again.
dude, that's so sad.
I
Bro.
mean,
It is sad. He shouldn't be our president. I don't care. Like, fuck Democrat, Republican. He shouldn't be our president.
Bernie Sanders should have won by if everything wasn't fucked.
If he
Bernie
didn't get
Sanders would have won.
blackballed by-
Dude,
Well, or Bernie versus Trump. I would have loved to see that.
that would have been a.
did you see
That
his
would have been
polling?
historic.
Yeah,
That would have been a duel.
Bernie-
'Cause
Bro.
Bernie's got some swag to
He
him.
got some
Bernie-
swag.
Bernie
He's got
also-
the people on his side.
Bernie
he
also had
does.
65% of the Democratic vote, but somehow Hillary Clinton got the
Yeah.
nomination and then
Yeah.
lost to Donald Trump.
I don't know how that works.
Because
Bernie-
nobody in the government likes his plan of communism, basically, because they're all
Yeah.
rich and they don't want to give up their fucking money.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Which
you
is
think they're
true.
gonna let him get in office?
Yeah.
Right.
He might actually be the one to fuck up the Matrix, dude. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Well, because, dude, when I was in college and I was like,
Bernie, bro.
yeah, when I was in college, bro, I was like, yeah, dude, spread the wealth. And
you
then
got those
I
pants.
told my dad that, and he was like, just wait a couple years. He was like,
Make
just
some money,
wait.
you'll get Republican, dude.
And I literally waited a couple years, and I'm like, oh, wait.
Oh,
Okay.
It's never
Imagine
worked,
living in New
but-
York City where they take like 65% of your taxes, like or of your
Yeah.
income in taxes, bro.
Yeah.
And then you might get beat the fuck up in a subway while you're trying to go get a
Yeah.
sandwich at 2 a.m. and two Nigerian dudes come up.
But the thing is, we got a lot of kids who are in college who can vote, who would have voted for Bernie. And so that's why they couldn't let him run.
So
Because he has a good chance to win.
yeah, my thing with Bernie is even if he did win, I don't think any of that shit would have ever passed per se. But I do think we'd be in a better place.
Yeah.
Like,
I
shit
think
would be a
honestly
little
anyone.
He's a
better.
good guy. I really feel like he's a good person. He's probably corrupted. Everyone in politics is corrupted, you know. But when you look at Hillary Clinton, she's
Oh,
Yeah.
that bitch.
just
Crazy.
the craziest eyes.
That bitch
you
has
know?
murdered people.
Well, it's also,
Like-
no, it's funny. Sorry, but about Bernie and his like communism sharing the wealth. He has like 4 or 5 properties worth like $20 million.
Yeah,
and
he's
all that
rich.
stuff.
Oh, well, they were saying that's why like he pussied out apparently. Like on that Flagrant pod, whoever that guy we were listening to, I forget his name.
Patrick.
The
Yeah.
most recent
Yeah,
guest.
yeah,
He was saying that Bernie pussied out. Like they must have some shit on him. That's what he was saying.
They have shit on everybody.
Yeah, because apparently he was speculating that he's got some stuff to do with like overseas banks and stuff. Like
he took his honeymoon in Russia.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what he
that's
said.
what it was. He was like his family. He
Who
said,
takes a honeymoon to Russia?
well, but like he was saying he might not have anything to do with like Russia, but like his family might.
Yeah.
It was like that. That's what he was
They all
speculating.
fucking do.
So look,
Why do
boom.
you think Hunter Biden was on an energy board in Burisma?
Yeah,
What the fuck does he know about energy in Burisma, Ukraine? Like, what?
his dad's the vice president.
And what fuck? And everybody's like, no, like it's obviously fucking corrupt. Now, do I think Trump and his whole family were fucking corrupt? Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't make that much money if you're not fucking corrupt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not a
true.
billionaire if you don't.
If you're a nice guy.
If you don't fuck somebody over.
What the fuck? People want to
Like,
act
look
this
at-
world-
Honestly, yeah.
Look at what Jeff Bezos.
Look at Jesse, my old boss. Like,
So look,
you have to fuck people over if you want to get up in America.
yes, and
Just
Jeff
how it is.
Bezos is fine with
up.
people working in these fucking living in these work conditions, bro. He's fine with this as long as he makes a profit at the end of the year or whatever, you know, and gets a tax write off for.
Look at Phil Knight, who is babyface in the
Yeah.
whole country, and he makes
Phil
how
Knight's
much
the
money
owner
off
of
slave
Nike.
labor to make Nike?
Yeah.
How much? Like
Apple. I mean, dude,
Apple.
Apple.
I mean,
Nike
it's
shorts,
it's
dude.
all of them.
I guarantee.
Yeah.
There's probably like some
But
fucking slave
Adidas
blood from
too,
their
probably.
fingers in the thread of
Dude,
this.
Apple
Isn't that
willing
crazy,
Apple.
bro? It's
all right,
literally everything.
on
What
the
the
back
fuck can we do
iPhone.
about it?
on the back of your iPhone. It says designed
Made by child labor.
designed in California. It doesn't say it on the back anymore, but designed in California, made in China.
Yeah.
Who the hell is it made by? Some 8-year-old probably in a factory. And then before that, where does the raw materials come from?
Dude, pull up the video of them getting lithium. Pull up the lithium mines. Have you seen those?
No.
Y'all don't want to see this then. So it's the same thing. You remember who's the UFC fighter that came out of the Congo?
Francis
and the salt
Ngannou.
mines? So it's the same thing. The lithium mines, they have child slavery going on.
Don't click
these-
any major news network fucking videos.
These people just dig with
Right.
their hands to get the lithium to make all these electric cars.
dig with their hands.
They,
They, don't
they
even
have to
give them
dig with
tools?
their hands. No, dude, it's so fucked up.
And is it kids?
Dude, they go to the poorest places, like
Also-
down in Brazil, in Central America, and then like over in Africa, where like all these places are. It's just a resource. They go in a strip mine and send these people in and pay them like 3 cents a fucking day, and
Damn.
they live in squalor and die all the time. It's
Hey, if
fucked.
you're gonna
And
pay 'em
also-
3 cents a day, why pay them at all?
Facts.
True.
Get a couple.
But
beans.
also think about this too. As much as we love Elon, he's doing this shit with lithium batteries and stuff for his Teslas. He's saying, "Oh no, we're saving the environment with, we have zero emissions, but look what you're freaking where did you get the parts, the materials to build that battery,
Yeah. That's literally my uncle said that
factories.
about Priuses back when I was like 9. I was like, oh, those are kind of cool. He was like, look where they get the batteries. He was an old Vietnam vet, crazy motherfucker.
I don't know how much this will show, but this is in Bolivia. Oh, this is salt. Never mind.
Huh. The big old
I don't know,
salt
but
flash.
you get the gist. Like we're talking like
Yeah, they had the guy came on Joe Rogan and he wrote a book about it and went out there and interviewed and stuff. But it's the same thing. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
slave labor, and they're doing the same thing. And that's, I don't know. Don't get me into it, but the same thing with
No,
the
get
with
into it.
so at
Yeah.
with the border right now. People are like, we need. You see the Democrat politician on the Senate floor is like, these are the people that are gonna cut your grass and pick your vegetables and put all this stuff.
that's so
One,
fucked
that's
up to
racist.
say.
Two, you're asking for slave labor. You want
Yeah.
undocumented people to come in, so assholes like we said who fuck over people to make their money can pay them $0,
Yeah.
make them live in squalor, and then eventually, like, I mean, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh well, that's the American dream. Like, no, motherfucker.
That's not the American
Oh,
dream.
You're living the American
and
dream
it's
because
the
of them.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
the most liberal fucks right now that
Yeah.
are arguing like, no, it's unfair for you to argue against them. They
my
can come in and work.
God.
They can go to Home Depot and then
It's so
build a day.
twisted.
It's so fun.
And
Like they think they're doing the right thing. That's the thing. Everyone thinks they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But then when you like get down to it, it's like, you're
Dude,
really
it's-
not.
It was literally like it was multiple Democrats on the Senate floor were saying, how could you try to keep these people out? Who's going to pick your vegetables? You won't have food on your... One, you're racist as fuck.
Yeah, that
Dude,
is.
yeah.
Well, because it's it's virtue signaling.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Where you try and be so like, dude, I know that as a white man, I am very privileged, but I don't use it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
unless the cop pulls me over.
I use it. Fuck.
Well,
What's the point of having it if you don't use it?
Okay. Well, I don't abuse it.
Yeah.
Okay, and the liberals are like, no, shut up. I got this. They'll listen to me if I say it.
Yeah, it's also a weird thing where I don't believe white privilege as much as a big thing as a money privilege, dude. It's all the same. Like, back when I drove a shitty Toyota, guess what? The cops fucked with me. Now that I got a nice Jeep, they don't fuck with me. Yeah, I got friends. They're black. Back when they had shitty cars, they got pulled over a lot. Now they drive BMWs and stuff. Cops don't pull them over.
That's true.
Nobody likes poor people, bro. Bad as you want to admit it. The world ain't racist. It's poorest. We hate poor people. Everybody does. Even when you're poor, you think, I'm not that kind of poor. Fuck them. They suck ass.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
That is an interesting point.
Yeah, I really just think.
Like, I could have no money in my bank account, but if I see a homeless person, I assume I'm better than him. Or not better. You know what I mean? It's the way
your brain thinks, dude. It goes back to the same thing, like back in Indian times, like in Mesopotamian shit, where like gold what didn't matter to them, but it was all about having like the most fruit. So you
being close to water.
Yeah, dude, like just little, like I don't know. It goes back forever. He'd be like, oh, that guy has fucking less water than me. What a dumb pussy.
Yeah,
you broke it's just in our brains, dude. I really don't think most people care about the fact that where your descendants came from. Like,
they were probably saying that shit.
Literally, like, look at this fucking cocksucker. This man got no water.
I've got 20 watermelons.
And looking back, that looks so stupid, but like that's what we're doing today.
That's what we do today, bro. I really don't think the world has a racism problem. It has a poor problem. We just hate those that are, and if we think we're better than everybody, and I think everybody in this world is kind of a fucking asshole. Nobody wants to admit it. There's a few people that are genuinely
get behind
nice,
that.
But there's a lot of people when they yell and say fucked up stuff. It's not because they're actually racist. It's because they're fucking assholes. They don't know anything about you. You see the color of your skin and yell at you.
Yeah.
You know what Della been called? Just like a cracker pussy. Because they don't know me.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm talking shit to somebody I know, I'd be like, yeah, that's why your fucking girlfriend cheated on you with your neighbor, you fucking bitch. But like, if I don't know you, I'm like, yeah, look how white you are, you fucking pussy.
Right.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's a placeholder for shit that you don't know about somebody. Which, like I said, I really just think the world is a big of have and have-nots, man. You look at Michael Jordan, ain't no cops walking up and shooting him because he's reaching into his pocket.
It's fucking Michael Jordan, bro.
You look at a poor kid getting...
Yeah, have you ever heard about Michael Jordan getting racially profiled?
I mean, it may have happened back when he was a poor kid in North Carolina.
Right. But once he got some money, I bet it didn't happen that much.
Yeah. Because, like, and that, I think, okay...
Which, I mean, it's still May. I'm definitely white, and it could be in Beverly Hills, and they could see but
that's what I was going to say. Are we, like, being...
Escalade, and
I don't know the word for it, but are we being some type of way because we're white and we're talking about this shit? Like, do we really not know?
I mean, I
don't know.
My brother-in-law, he was a black lawyer from Antioch, and he told me he still got racially profiled. So, I mean, like, I definitely think it exists, but also, like, when you're a figure, like, I don't know.
Well, no, okay. So this will probably be our last topic here, but Ja Morant, he no one's the only reason he's getting him into trouble is because he's like bringing it on to him. Yeah. If he just he can have dreads and tattoos and wear a grill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and have this persona, but he makes freaking $25 million a year. He is richer than 1% of the entire world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is not going to
like
be
0.01.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's one of the richest people in the entire world, not even the country.
Yeah.
But like, he's bringing these problems like upon himself.
Yeah.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with like, I forget the word, but like they say like when you grow up in like the hood and shit, like in Chicago, that's all you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's how you live your life because that's all you know. It's like, well, they say he was growing up in like the suburbs.
He
He's
wasn't
actually
really
like a city
at a private
kid.
school.
Yeah, but then like there's a lot of kids who I'm sure would do that. Like that's all they know. So then they get this money and they still want to just gangbang because that's what their cousins and brothers do.
Yeah.
But with him, it's kind of weird because like he didn't even come from that. So he's just trying to be something he's not.
Which also, I mean, there's got to be a kind of pressure to it. I mean, you look like who's the rappers that he got close with and started hanging around with and shit. Like once he got money,
I mean, he's living in Memphis probably.
Yeah, and I mean, like you got to think
that's true. He doesn't want to look better than his.
But I mean, like those are also your heroes. Like he grew up listening to Dolph. And all those dudes. Young
Dolph is rest in peace now. But like, if Young Dolph, if he would be hanging out with Young Dolph right now.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, like James Harden's always a little baby. I can't think of who he's of, like Moneybag or
probably
whoever
Key Glock,
yeah,
like those guys.
Like I don't know. It's kind of like you idolize something so much, and then when you're under your parents' rule. Because I mean, people forget. Like he was what 21 when he got all that money.
21, yeah.
He bought his dad a mansion right next to him and started hanging with his heroes.
Okay, all right. So I think this even it ties kind of directly into like rap artists. How we've talked about this before, how the label wants them to be violent.
Yeah.
So like, say you are some very poor rapper who grew up in a very poor city, you know, and then one day you put out a freaking YouTube video and it gets 20 million views.
Yeah.
And some label comes to you and says, "We'll give you $1 million if you come make an album."
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for them to like not.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard for them to break out of that. That like. How they lived forever,
right?
Yeah. Say they're only 20, but that's 20 years of your life.
Yeah,
and you're impressionable.
That's all you know.
It's all you know, and you're young too. You're impressionable. You don't know you physically do not know anything else, and also you being that young too. Yeah. But with Ja, it's completely different. Like he's always known. I guarantee you, when he was in 8th grade, he probably knew I'm probably gonna be in the NBA.
Yeah,
like. He probably
you don't get there by accident.
No,
I wonder though,
because a lot of people
because he got signed in the back door, like in the back corner.
He was
at
a small school.
Went to Murray State.
Yeah, he was at a small school. That is true. That is true. But at least, all right, okay. Say when he.
But you also never know. People can change, bro. Yeah. Just because you grew up in a private school, I mean, there's a lot of motherfuckers that have made millions off selling drugs and killing people that went to a Catholic school K through 12.
That is a good point.
The world makes killers in all shapes and sizes. He could be a fucking dog.
The Murdochs in South Carolina.
Lawyers, whatever the fuck they were.
They're ghetto as hell, bro. Yeah, they freaking killed. You heard about